Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's me, Irvin, and today I have a friend here, AJ Hard, and he's going to be helping us with this video. Today's video is top 10 90s cartoons. Now, my friend here, he is a writer of some creepy stories, so you guys can follow him on his YouTube channel and on his stuff. I'll leave the notes there in my notes below, so follow him as well. But today's today's video is on the top 10 90s cartoons, and my friend here is a better expert in cartoons than I am. So let's see if he can help me out. Now, I made the list. He doesn't know anything about the list, so AJ, don't be shy. Say hi to your friends right there.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
So we're going to be doing this list, and if you guys agree with us, give us a like, share our video, and thank you so much for your support. So with nothing else to say, number 10. So number 10 is Courage the Cowardly Dog, sorry. And that is our first cartoon out. I've actually seen this one. Have you seen this one, AJ?
Oh, it's one of my favorites, definitely.
Okay. This is. Do you want to explain what this cartoon is about for those who haven't seen it?
Okay, so it's basically about a farmer and his wife and this dog who live on this farmhouse who have creepy encounters with random demons and monsters. And although this dog is very cowardly, he always comes in and saves the day.
Yeah, and he is a coward. So Courage is actually a fun name to give the dog, and I think it's a great cartoon. I remember seeing it when I was little, and I've seen some episodes recently. Yeah, it's definitely a good cartoon. If you haven't seen it, we probably will do a review on this cartoon. Now, number 9. Animaniacs. Now, this one, I don't remember much of it, so AJ, you're going to have to help me with this one. What is this one mainly about?
So, 3 characters who are living in a water tower create chaos as they run around and mess with movie stars and actors.
Now, what I did remember is that yes, this cartoon is for kids, but there's a lot of adult jokes hidden in there. So you probably, if you've seen this as an adult or even a teen, you can figure out more of the jokes, and you see a lot of the characters or the actors and actresses and stars of the 90s come out in this show. I do remember that. Don't remember much of the storyline. It's a good show, though. Do you think that deserves to be in the list, AJ?
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
I think he likes. I think he likes his list. Number 8. This is probably one that you probably, if you're a kid or a teen, are wondering, is Arthur from the 90s? Yes, Arthur is from the 90s. I think they have 19 seasons.
Arthur has survived many years.
Yeah, so Arthur is from the 90s. It is a cartoon, and I remember seeing this. And obviously there are spin-offs on this cartoon. There was the Buster spin-off, Buster Travels. Yeah, that one came out in the 2000s, but Arthur was the first one. On the aardvark Arthur and his best friend, the rabbit or hare, however you want to call him. So it's a good show. It's educational. Came out on PBS, so those who didn't have cable like me got to see Arthur a lot. So this one I think is the great one to be in this list. Now,
I still enjoy the musical too.
You sure? Okay. Number 7, Dexter Laboratory. This one is a favorite, probably mine and AJ, sorry, that's his real name. Gave it away. Dexter's Laboratory is actually a good story. You want to explain it?
So, a little young boy is in a secret laboratory in his own very house. Meanwhile, nobody knows about it except 2 people. One being his annoying sister who barges in and destroys everything, and his arch enemy, Mandark, who is only jealous because he has a laboratory of his own.
Yeah, so it's pretty funny. I don't think there is a... so on some of these stories, they follow a storyline. I don't think Dexter follows a straight storyline. So you can even watch episodes and not really have to follow through episode by episode. A lot of these cartoons actually were like this. Number 6, Ed, Ed, and Eddy. And I'm pretty sure you know this one. Ed, Ed, and Eddy is from. Are they brothers? They are brothers, right?
They're just friends.
They're just friends, okay. And obviously they're there in a row, Ed, Ed, and Eddy. And this is probably one that we will also review. It's a great show, and it's basically just kids being kids in the street. Their imaginations flowing with creativity. They do have I wouldn't call them arch enemies, but they're frenemies, which are female characters, basically that they each have and are always attacking them. And then there's other characters that, if you see it as an adult, you think all these kids are probably sick in the mind. So it's a great show. I actually, a lot of these shows I like watching now as an adult more than when I was a kid because I didn't understand a lot of the jokes. So number 5. Family Guy. Now this one is something that Asia is probably not as good in. Definitely not. Okay, Family Guy, it is a 90's cartoons technically because it came out in 1999.
Really?
Yeah, it's very late, very late cartoon. It's still a cartoon considered, though it is TV 14, which means it's for teens or adults only. Or supposed to. And Family Guy is a story of Peter and his family, Louis, his wife, and then there's the kids, Stewie being the probably favorite of them all, Meg being probably the worst of them all, and Chris being the weirdest of them all. And then Brian, the one character that the more and more you watch, you just learn to hate because he's just that one guy that you know from everywhere. So great show. I believe it's still running in Fox. I haven't kept up with it. I started watching it when I was a teen, and I kind of stopped watching it in college. So I haven't seen the latest seasons, though. I've heard they haven't been getting better. I think it's still good. It's still a 90s show. For those who are wondering, look it up. Number 4, Doug.
Oh, wow.
Doug. I don't know Doug much, and I put it here especially because of my friend. So explain Doug.
So Doug is about a teenage boy who is in this weird kind of neighborhood, meeting new friends, dealing with teenage problems. He's in love with this girl, Patty Mayonnaise, which I'm kind of wondering where exactly did that name come from?
Patty Mayonnaise. Just sounds like the writer was hungry. Just like, what do you want to eat? Patty Mayonnaise. You know, that's a good name. Let's put it down.
Definitely. So this boy is just writing in his journal, telling about all the things that he's encountered, bullies, difficult situations, and many much more.
Okay, number 3 now, the top 3. Now, I want to say these aren't in order of any form or fashion. I just put 10. So you're wondering, number 4, Doug. There's no order. I just put 10. The top 3 are a little bit more known. So top 3, Powerpuff Girls. You know what that is, right? Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup? Buttercup, okay. I remember seeing this. Now, this is a show, and this is probably my opinion, not probably his, that I like the villains better than the heroes. And okay, so he doesn't agree with me. I feel they didn't focus so much on the heroes in this show. Now, they did. But there was so much more development with the villains as well as the heroes. So, have you seen the remake of this Powerpuff Girls?
Yeah, it's not as good as it used to be.
And I think the main reason is because they focus on the girls on the remake of Powerpuff Girls. I don't know if you noticed that. And they have just random stuff where in the older ones, the villains were constant and they weren't dumb villains completely, and there was some development on them. So Powerpuff Girls is a great 90s cartoon. The remake not as much, and we probably will make a review on both
Yeah.
later, and we'll let you guys know more of our thoughts. Number 2, South Park. Yeah. AJ is not a fan of South Park, as you can see. South Park came out in 1997, so it's still running as well. So if you're wondering, is it really a 90s cartoon? Yes, it technically is. Came out in 97. I believe there's 17 plus seasons now yeah. It's a show that's been running for a while. It hasn't really stopped. They're actually the producers of South Park have made a musical called The Book of Mormons, and they've done a South Park musical movie, and they've done so much. The producer of South Park, I think the humor of the early ones is a little bit raunchy. These newer ones isn't as bad because they're focused more on current events. But if you want to see current events in a funny way, South Park is the way to do it. There's a lot of hidden messages in South Park that the producers like to put. So if you don't like hidden messages, don't like going stuff like that, you might not like South Park. I do. There is some raunchy part to South Park that it bothers me sometimes. So I haven't been keeping up as much as I wanted to with South Park because some of the jokes are just unnecessary. Now with number 1, and probably in the mind of many people, it is Rugrats.
Oh, yes.
Rugrats is probably the better known 90s cartoons. And how many seasons were there? Do you remember, AJ?
I actually don't.
I believe there's about 10 or 9 maybe. We will review this show, and we'll let you know on the next video how many seasons they have. But Rugrats is a good show. It had a spinoff called Rugrats All Grown Up.
Yes.
And I didn't like it as much as Rugrats. So what did you think about All Grown Up?
Well, when it came to All Grown Up, I did enjoy the first few episodes. Then they reanimated it to where I guess they were like a little bit older, and it wasn't that great.
Yeah. Now, if you've seen all of Rugrats, the last season of Rugrats has an episode called All Grown Up, and it's the kids imagining themselves as grown up in middle school.
My very favorite episode.
Yeah, so that's still part of the series Rugrats, and I think a lot of people enjoyed seeing that vision of the babies seeing themselves in middle school, that they made a spinoff, Rugrats All Grown Up. Now, the spinoff didn't take off, didn't take a lot of seasons as Rugrats, and that's because spinoffs sometimes aren't the best. And a lot of these shows had spinoffs or remakes, and they weren't all the best.
In fact, did you know that Rugrats had 2 spinoffs?
What's the second spinoff?
The second spinoff was, what was it called? It was something about Angelica and Susie going to preschool.
Wow, okay, so I didn't know that. There's a second spinoff for Rugrats that I didn't know. So there you have it. So this was our top 10 90s cartoons. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree with us? Maybe you didn't. Maybe we missed out on some of the cartoons that you like. There's a lot of cartoons from the 90s. Leave a comment below. Let us know which cartoon that we missed that you probably was your favorite. These, I think one of my favorites were there. Do you think your favorites were there, Asia? A few of them, okay. As you can see, he didn't like all of them. I didn't like all of them. So leave a comment below. Give us a like. Share this video with your friends. And thank you for your support. Thank you again, Asia and AJ Hart, for following me. If you want to see some of his content, look at my notes below. You'll be able to see his stuff there, and you can follow him as well. You'll be seeing him more in some of my cartoon reviews and probably on more top 10s that we can do together. So thank you for watching, and like always, don't be strangers.